Welcome back to Boy Band Break, where we encourage you to take a break from your day and join us in some boy band conversation. As always, my name's Diane.
I'm Chinzia.
I'm Sophia.
And I'm Lydia, aka Mama Lou.
And today's episode is another album review, guys.
Hey.
This time it's Westlife's self-titled album, Westlife. Woo!
What year did this come out?
It came out in 1999.
It did, Sophia.
And the North American alternative album, or cover, came out in 2000.
Is that the blue face?
So the blue face
This
is
is
the
19
original
sorry.
one. It's too far away to see, but yes. So it's blue and then it has faces.
In grayscale.
Yes.
Yes. Great.
Thank you, Lydia.
And then also another album came out?
It's an album cover. So this
okay,
one is
sorry.
the North American edition album cover.
Okay, so like
In
them
2000.
like with the guy's leg.
The alternate view is it looks like they're in a very small apartment.
Oh, it's
wearing
the guy's
matching
arm.
blue
Yeah.
shirts.
Okay.
If there's
I'm
Something
an
different.
appendage was out. I thought it was the leg. It's an arm. Okay.
it is an arm.
Excellent.
I forget all the Westlife
Leg.
members' names.
I think
so
one is
can't-
Brian,
There's a Shane.
I believe.
Would you like to Google this perhaps?
You know what?
She's in Wikipedia.
I am in
Okay, so
Wikipedia.
scroll up and tell us who is Westlife? Because
We did an episode on
you're
this.
Queen
We
Westlife
did.
here.
So Shane, Philin, Marcus Fihili. I'm so sorry for ruining all these names.
Okay, Lydia said
Ian, Ryan
Hold
Egan,
on.
Nikki Byrne, and Brian McFadden.
Okay.
Used to be. Anyway.
I know that guy.
I only knew what Brian was
I
in
know
it.
Brian McFadden. Why did he leave? Okay, that's a story for another time.
We have an episode of it because
Have a
Diane
Westlife
just said
episode.
it.
Yes,
And
you're
we
right.
talked about all of that
So
information.
go back to whatever
I don't
episode
even-
that
Yes.
was.
And then on that note, we
Was
will...
it just Westlife, or did we have? We talked about 4 bands we didn't know.
We
right?
did. We talked about Westlife. We talked about Dream Street.
My guys.
We talked about 5 Seconds of Summer. And we
5
talked
sus.
about whoever I talked about. I can
no, I
picture
talked
their
about
faces.
the guy with the pool party and the parents were there.
Wasn't that...
No, that was a
No,
different.
that was a different
Ah,
episode.
That was another episode.
Sorry, my bad.
That was with Pretty Much and all them.
That was what. That was the new boy band
Yes.
episode. So that was where we
Okay,
did.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Those ones.
All right, let's start, shall we?
All right,
I don't know
as-
what they're called.
Yeah, I know, right? Like I'm trying to
Look
think
it
of
up on
like
the phone.
it's not ASOS because that's 5 Seconds of Summer.
That's
Oh my
5
god,
sauce,
5
not even a
sauce.
sauce.
Okay, I don't even know what that.
But yeah, we literally have a discography. If you would like to look it up in our episode list while I read this.
It's like on the tip of my tongue.
I know
and
who
it's gonna
they
bother
are.
me.
I know.
okay. I will just go to our
Well,
that's
I'm not
not-
too sure. I don't remember.
That's not who we're talking about.
That's
It's
right. We're
really
talking about
odd.
Westlife.
It's kind of
but it's
irrelevant.
bothering us.
Okay.
So we'll need to find
Please
out this
hold.
information.
Boop, 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 boop. Somebody
As we
make
do
Was
that...
it all?
They had
Who do you
a TV show.
Oh,
it's with
Big Time Rush! Big Time Rush!
There you
Yes.
go. That's who it
Dally
was.
likes them.
and that was episode. I don't know because we
no.
have
We've been doing a lot of
boy
episodes.
bands
guys.
on reality show.
We're up to-
Oh, sorry. Quickly mention we now have a Ko-fi. So if you guys would like to donate to the channel, we would certainly welcome that. So it's Ko-fi. So and then it's ko-fi.com/boybandbreak. So if you would like to donate, we would be greatly appreciative of that because concerts aren't cheap, and
Eventually, they're coming
eventually
back.
we'll be
Yes.
able to go see them again.
There's links in all of the bios of our social media accounts. So if you go
And
to
This was
at Boy Band Break and follow us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, you can find the links to all of that there.
And we have a link tree, and it is pinned on Twitter. So take a look at that.
Oh, and talk about No More Games Radio.
Oh, yes. So, at this point, you should already know this because you should be following us on social media, as I just mentioned. But we have recently joined the family of No More Games Radio. We are collaborating with them. So if you are a newer fan of us, or maybe you just discovered us through No More Games Radio,
Like
they are going to be airing our old episodes, like from almost basically 3 years ago at this point. So whether you're old or new fan, like I'm sure that would be fun to listen to, just like the crazy shit that was going on 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And yeah, super excited to be working with them. We do have a couple of like fun things coming up that they're going to be airing.
So yeah, normally it's Thursdays at 2 p.m. nomoregamesradio.com, I guess.
And if you don't know, sorry, if you're not a New Kids fan and you don't know what No More Games Radio is, it is basically a radio channel that some New Kids fans have like put together, and they play music. They have some like podcasts. They
Segments.
have tons of different cool stuff.
We did. They have a boy band brunch on Sundays that DJ Miss T does, and they like play a bunch of different boy bands, not specifically New Kids stuff. Then obviously we have ours.
We had an episode where we got to choose the songs on the brunch.
That's supposed to be coming up.
And then we have. And so we did that already, but we're also doing a power hour eventually as well. And also in August we're gonna have an interview with. Beth and
Ruth?
No, Kelly and Beth.
I don't know where Ruth came from.
I'm like, where the heck is Ruth? So anyway, so it's pretty good. And it's called Stop, Collaborate, and Listen. So that's fun.
That's a fun one.
Yeah. So check them out. If you're in the States, you can catch them anywhere. You live in Canada or somewhere else, there's an app you can get, and some of their stuff is on Spotify as well. So yes.
And we also recorded a lot of like shorts for them too. So you'll hear our voice peppered throughout their work day.
Super excited.
I don't know, I'm like, a program?
That's a very radio thing to say. Like, oh, you get through your work day with this, like, I knew where you were going.
We got
it.
Station IDs.
Okay,
Yes.
sorry, station IDs. I'm not part of that.
But we get what you're saying. Don't worry.
Just like, where you're listening to whatever. Anyway, so
It's
They were
Lady
fun.
Gaga, and you're listening to K-Light FM.
Well,
not
that's
so
not
she
really-
would. I don't think.
Station ID is more kind of promoting the station itself. So like you're listening to 102.9, whatever. Okay. Anyways, whatever.
Okay.
No, you're not introducing a song specifically. That's not.
I said
station
I'm
ID.
Lady Gaga, and you're listening to
Oh,
1.2.
you're Lady Gaga.
I just said it. Okay.
This has gone off the rails. Anywho, if you would like to go back in time, we were just a little over a year in. Episode 60 is called Boy Bands We Don't Know. So then we talk about Westlife, Dream Street, 5 Seconds of Summer, and Big Time Rush.
Yes.
All right, so back to the Westlife album.
All
so
right, here we
Sophia
go.
has picked it.
The number one song on
Oh wait,
here.
hold on. I got just my little intro.
Shouldn't have to read
Oh,
it, but
sorry.
yes,
Okay.
So Westlife is the debut album by Irish boy band Westlife.
Wow.
The album was
Fancy.
released on November 1st, 1999 through RCA. The album spawned 5 UK number one hit singles, Swear It Again, If I Let You Go, Flying Without Wings, the double A side, I Have a Dream / Seasons in the Sun, and Fool Again.
A lot of those songs are not on the North
yes, that's correct,
Americans.
yes.
Okay, I was like, okay.
And then it
Not listening to
says
these.
Westlife signed to Arista Records. Interesting.
why is that interesting?
Because if you listen to our LFO episode, they also were on Arista Records. For the North American territory, after auditioning for the label's founder, Clive Davis.
Ooh.
Why does that name sound familiar?
Because in the
That's
LFO episode,
guy.
we talked about how Clive was eating a steak
Oh, yes.
when he signed LFO, and then Rich almost jumped out the window because he was so excited after being nervous about Summer Girls. Anyways, so Westlife released Swear It Again as their debut and only single released in the United States. The singles were serviced to radio in February, released commercially in March 7th, 2000. The album was released April 4th, 2000, with an altered track listing that included the new song, My Private Movie. In 2005, the album was released in a compilation box set for their 4th studio album, Turnaround. All right, so I'll skip over that. And now, Sophia, bring us to the track list.
Wonderful. The number one song on the album, Swear It Again.
The writers are Steve Mack and Wayne Hector, and it was produced by Steve Mack.
I don't know why that was funny. I'm sorry.
Jillian's got everything.
You know what? We have a formula here.
I know,
That
we
if you
do.
listen to any, and these
Sorry, I
producers
forgot the
and writers
formula.
do a lot. So anyways,
My
They
apologies.
do. I mean, they're like the Max Martin of Westlife.
maybe Max is
I mean,
here.
but
I don't know.
not even.
He
because-
could be.
I
We'll
mean,
find
I
out.
listened to Max Martin was definitely not present in this album.
You never know. There could be one song.
I have not looked, so who knows? Anyways,
Okay.
Ireland, this is what they gave us. Let's go. Sophia, Swear It Again.
Swear It Again. Great song. I do remember this song. It was easy to sing along to. I love it.
And I swear it all over again.
I never wanna see you cry.
Okay. Goodbye. And then I never
Never want to say goodbye. Anyways.
Right. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so
Yes.
you're good?
I love it.
Am I next or are you
Sure, it
next?
doesn't matter.
Okay. So Beautiful power ballad, very catchy. This one's got like 3 stars because like it unlocked a memory. Like you know, like how like sometimes you're just like, I don't know how I survive everyday living. Like how like because like your brain just breathes itself. You know what I mean? It's just like things you don't think about, right? But like because I was just like, I'm like, I don't remember this. I'm like, I barely know Westlife. I'm like, what? But then when I put the music on, it unlocked a memory. Like, remember this song? And I'm like, oh fuck yeah, this is so great. This is great. So I loved it. Very good. Yes, A+. Next to who's next?
I put it was one of my favorite songs. I definitely remember this. It's on my liked song list. I believe we also included it in our top 100 boy band songs. That is episode 100 if you want to go check that one out. And
that's locked in the memory.
That is never happening again. Yeah. But so Swear It Again, one of my favorite songs from them. They played it on Hit List, Much Music a lot. I'm 99% sure I met Westlife. It was either Westlife or Boyzone, and I keep getting the two. And at Much Music, and they used to have.
I was gonna say when, but I'm like we lived at Much Music.
We used to go all the time, but like they had whichever band it was, and I'm like leaning towards Westlife had like trading cards or something in like cereal box. So I had some of these. So I remember being there, and we were in the environment, and I was like, hey, can you sign this? Like during commercial break, they're like, oh yeah, we'll do it later. And then they left. So for the purpose of this, let's pretend that was Boyzone, because I don't know. One of the non-North American boy bands did this, because then they were going to autograph signing, but we weren't. So
a riveting story.
That has nothing to do with this. Very good song. Love it. I swear it again, I would listen to it 1,000 times. All right, Diane.
This guy. Yeah, no, it's a really good song. I can see a recurring theme that came up in my mind when listening to this was, why weren't these songs singles? Like when I think of the... Hang on a second. Let me finish my thought.
Sorry, my bad.
When I'm listening to the rest of the album, I was thinking to myself, why weren't these songs singles? Because when I think of Westlife songs, these are not the songs, obviously, that come into my head. Swear It Again comes into my head, and there's like other ones. But they're all in a similar vein of Swear It Again, you know? And while that is a very good song, and I can see why they chose it as a single, I don't know why they didn't want to mix it up a little bit with their single choices. It's a lot of ballads, you know? And they do have some good, like, even, you know what, at the up-tempo, if you're not going to dance, I get it. You know what I mean? You don't want to, like, set a standard in a time in 1999 where you have NSYNC out and Backstreet Boys out and all these people and they're dancing and shit if you don't do that. Right? So I get that, right? It's I liken them to like a 98 Degrees, you know?
Like singers and
98 Degrees isn't releasing bangers because what's the point? You know? Okay, they had one.
Yeah.
There's also a couple of other Westlife songs we know, but they were from a different album, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So then it's just like, so I get Swear It Again. I don't get some of the other ones, but maybe it was a dancing thing. But like
maybe they were made as a vocal harmony group. It kind of sounds more.
But mid-tempo even. You don't have to dance to a mid-tempo song. You could just like be doing a little bounce, you know?
Maybe like one special arm move. You're like, oh yeah,
like there was some decent songs on here. I was shocked, and so like, anyways. But this one I get. This is a very good song. I get why they chose it as their first single. Well done.
Excellent. All in agreement there.
Excellent.
Yeah, wonderful.
Amazing song.
Song number 2.
Number 2. Can't Lose What You Never Had.
I am looking at the wrong list. One moment.
Are you not looking at North America?
Nope, now I'm at the North American. So
we literally specified North America.
This is the North American Standard Edition. There are less songs on this than the other ones. We'll go through that at the end. Yeah. Anyway, so sorry. Can't Lose What You Never Had.
Yes.
That was written by David Frank and Steve Kipner. And both Frank and Kipner produced the song.
Well, I thought this song was boring. Very boring. Sleep.
Yes. Okay.
So I am in the wrong part. I'm not in my notepad. There we go. Now we're in.
Interesting where it comes from.
Okay, so I wrote down so boring. You can't lose what you never had. That sounds like an insult, right? Like to someone, it's just like
It kind of does.
I lost my mind. You can't lose something you never had. You know what I mean?
I do use that quite often. That's a valid point.
Yeah. So it's a no for me.
Okay, well, for some reason I wrote upbeat in my notes, but then when I listened to it again, I was like, this really isn't that upbeat, so I don't know why I wrote that down. But I also wrote, so some of the quotes in the song, fear of rejection. It doesn't matter if it turns out bad. So the song is about taking chances. So he's like,
What
you
are the
can't lose,
chances?
right? It's like you can't lose a thing you never
right.
had. So he has a crush on it, from what I'm understanding, has a crush on this lady or whatever, and then
Could be a gentleman.
could have been a gentleman, I don't know. But anyway, so they're already like fearing the rejection, like, oh, what's the point of asking out? She's not even gonna say yes to me. Oh, blah blah blah. So you're just pining over this person. Where pretty much you're saying, you know what? Take the fucking chance, find out, put yourself out of your misery, go out there and be like, you know what? Do you like me? Cool. And then you're like, yeah or no. All right, cool. I can now move on with my life.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I kind of got.
That was like my elementary school.
So turned out about taking chances. So this is, I'm sorry if Diane cannot read my writing about her notes.
I can read it.
Yes.
We were listening to this morning being the day we recorded these podcasts. And I think what I said out loud that Chunzio decided to write down was, I didn't want to rip my ears off. So that was my analysis of this song. It was one of those ones where I lost focus and was no longer paying attention to it, but I also wasn't thinking, wow, this sucks. So, you know.
Like a mid song. Like, not your favorite, but not the worst.
Yeah, just okay. But that's a good message, actually,
like
now
it is
that
a
I
good
listened
message.
to what you wrote about it. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah, because
That's
sometimes
a good lyrical content for a song.
right, like the lyrics and the delivery sometimes don't always match.
True.
Right?
Yeah, I
That's
feel
a
like
good
I probably
point.
should have looked up more.
Like, I mean, because like if we think about I Want It That Way, it makes no fucking sense. But the delivery
But
is
it
from some
sounds
handsome
so
men in some
good.
white suits. I'm like, yeah.
And you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, what does that even mean? I'd want it that way. What the hell does that mean? I don't give a shit. Everyone's in a hanger and it looks hot. So
yes, and
'Cause
then
you
One
want it
Girl
that
became
way.
viral again because she posted that she was in that. That happened last. Anyways,
Unbuzzed.
Carry on.
carry
Or
on.
something.
Anyways, back to Westlife, which is what this album, this is about. Yes.
All right, number 3. I Don't Want to Fight.
That, my friends, was written by Steve Mack, Peter Cetera, thought it was etc., but it's not, and David Foster.
Oh.
And the producer is Steve
David
Mack.
Foster?
Yes, David Foster is a big writer, and he is married to that girl,
Catherine
Catherine
McPhee.
McPhee from American Idol.
Possibly.
Yes. She's the same age as his daughters.
Yes.
He's
Ugh.
an older
They
gentleman.
just had a baby together, didn't they?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Jesus.
But anyways, he has written a lot of songs for people.
Thank you.
I don't know. I'm just telling you as it
He's
is.
a very good song producer. Bit of a creep, obviously. But, I mean, maybe not. But maybe Catherine's into that. I don't know. But
Clearly, if they had a baby together.
Because like if their daughter had a
So
grandchild,
she's like in
then
the
it's like
30s,
he's
yes.
creating his own grandchild in like an alternate dimension.
Like, he's not having children with his daughter. He's
No,
having
I'm just
children with
saying.
his wife.
But his wife is the same age as the daughter, so it's kind of like
So,
bizarro
yes, so
world
that
going on there.
the uncle would be the same age as the nephew type thing. Like if
Yeah,
she had
that's
kids
bad.
And they had kids. I don't-
Yikes.
back to Westlife.
Okay, I
Thank
put
you.
it's an okay song. I didn't think it was that bad.
What song are we at again?
Song number 3, it's called I Don't Want to Fight.
I said one note because it was like,
You wanna skip it? Yeah.
No, like it was like on the piano. They were
Oh,
like,
okay,
they're like,
sorry.
They're like,
Oh,
beep,
sorry.
beep. And I was like, oh my Christ, there's other notes on that piano. And then it almost sounded like Swear It Again. Not a fan.
So I wrote, this sounds like another song, but I couldn't remember which song. Maybe it was Swear It Again. It sounds like a breakup song that doesn't want to break up. Like, I don't know. I don't want to fight, but then they're also, it was just like it was a weird, like it was a breakup song, but I don't want to break up, but I don't know. It seemed kind of that. I said it was very slow. it sounded kind of in syncy, and then I also wrote, I don't want this song to continue. And
Very
Diane is...
Stop.
Trigger warning!
I wrote, this kind of makes me, I didn't write it, Chinzia wrote it, I said this. It kind of
Trigger
makes me
warning.
want to kill myself. But then I said, it could be that some people like this type of shit. Okay, like they like these like really sad songs, because Lydia has mentioned this before. Like some people, when they're sad,
Yeah.
they want to just like put on a depressing song
Yeah.
like this
Vibe out, man.
and then just cry
Yeah.
and let it all out.
Like Siberia. Ah, that song.
Yeah, and then
It's a good song.
they let it out,
Yes.
and then it's out,
Yes.
and then you feel better, and then you
Yes.
move on with your life.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? I'm not that person. When I'm sad, I want to watch happy things and listen
Yes,
to happy
I
things
agree.
I agree.
to like
with this one.
improve
Yes.
my
There's nothing wrong with you, Lydia.
disagree.
Nothing's wrong with you.
I like having company in my sadness. Ah.
That's
I don't
okay.
It's nice that music makes you feel a certain way, right?
And I think, it's just like, maybe if I was depressed, like, I don't know, then maybe I could, I don't know. I've never just been that person, but I
Yeah,
guess
that's
I
okay.
can understand that. But then, like, if you have it on your Spotify or your whatever you have,
Oh, no,
Apple
like,
Music,
yeah.
and it comes on, aren't you like,
I do.
no, I don't want
Yes.
to hear this shit
Yes.
right now.
I'm
Like,
not in the mood. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because when you're in your like self-loathing, like boo-hoo me, pity party, that's when you want to hear that shit. And you're like, they feel my pain. They're sad. I'm sad. We're all sad. And then then you cried out, and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna go into work now. You know what I mean?
There you go. Maybe you have another song for your repertoire now.
No, she's just going to get pissed off at the one piano note.
Oh, I hated that. Oh my god, drove me mental.
All right.
Okay, number 4, my private movie.
Written by Steve Kipner, David Kopatz, and Jack Hugel. And Cutfather and Joe were the producers.
Cut Father?
I'm the good father. I'm the good father.
Okay.
C-U-T father.
Okay, cool.
Yep, that's what
Thank
it
you.
says.
Thank you for that
No
information.
problem. I can click on him, but
No, that's
okay.
fine. No,
That's
that's good.
okay.
I
We
believe
haven't
you.
We haven't
Thank you for that.
gotcha.
All right, I wrote upbeat song, and I like this one better than the other two that we just heard. Yes.
I liked it, and I like the line, "You're the star in my own private movie." I'm like, oh, that's
That's
so
nice.
cute. That's so cute.
So, do you have any more for this?
That was it. That's
Okay.
literally short and sweet.
So when I heard the title, I was like, "Is this a porno?"
Yeah, it sounded. Yeah,
And then I was
yeah.
like, "Baby, you are the star of my private movie." I also wrote down, and I said it was upbeat, and I gave it a little check mark. So obviously, I liked the song. I don't know if I just liked the beat or whatever. Thought it was a bit cheesy, but
Cheese is good.
yeah, it was just like, I don't care about these other girls. So I don't think he's actually with this person. I think he wants to be with this person, and she stars in the private movies in his head or something, or maybe I don't know. Or
Maybe
he's
it's
with her,
possible.
and when he's with her, he doesn't care.
Ah.
It could be one of
Maybe
those
that too.
songs. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe people need soundtracks when they do those things. Okay, Diane, do you have any thoughts on?
Listen, I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird. It did have a nice, like, little, like, ooh, beat, but the lyrical content is just odd. It reminded me, though, and I said the same thing. It reminded me of that click, click, clicks in New Kids on the Block song.
Oh yes.
Like, not that they sound the same, but the theme of the songs are the same, because the New Kids song is like, click, 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 I'm taking pictures of you, blah, 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 you know,
Yes.
whatever.
Model of mine.
Yes.
Yes.
And then this is a very similar, it's a private movie. I don't know. It seemed
Only he
weird.
wants
Sexual in nature.
I'm just imagining, again, a guy just like in the shower, like, yeah, you're my private movie. I'm just imagining you. Like, I'm just like, this is a little creepy.
Thank you for those visuals,
All
Diane.
right.
You know?
Or maybe maybe it's a romantic song, but that's, I don't know. I didn't know.
Listen, it could totally be romantic in my mind, just went to the dirty part of it. And it could have been because Shinzia started by saying, is
Okay.
this a porno?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
I mean, I had the same thoughts too, because like it's very like Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian vibes.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Like sex tape?
yeah, sex tape. Yeah, thank you. Yes, exactly.
Is this about a sex tape? I don't think it is. Because then there's a lot of lines about it being in his mind.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's about a sex tape
So
per
it's just more of a
se.
spank reel.
Blah.
Why did we go so far down this path?
Okay, should we move along?
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's your episode, buddy. What do
Thank you
think?
so
Yep,
much.
okay.
Number 5, Flying Without Wings.
Okay, so this one is Steve Mack and Wayne Hector, and it is produced by Steve Mack.
So I just wrote like something not very short. Not bad, I thought. This song was not bad.
Okay. I wrote, it's alright. One of those candle songs during a concert. You know when everyone has their,
Yeah, the lighter, right?
now everyone has their smartphone.
Whatever.
flashlight.
I like the
Back
old
in my
school,
day,
man. Old school
flying
lighter.
without
Light it
Back
up.
in your day, they had candles.
We have to go to concerts. We can't
We would
candles.
wear our nightgown and
We go to concerts by
Nightcap.
candlelight.
Hello, Governor, do you have a light for my candle?
Is there any VIP here?
Oh my god.
Put you on fire.
This bitch took my seat.
Imagine though, like going with like one of those little like candle holders, and this
And-
person
and
like
you-
comes in
down
front
and
of you,
nightcap.
and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna set your hair on fire. He's like, oh, you thought you could be close?
Sit down.
You thought you could be close to an eye?
I don't see over your head. Now it's on fire.
You know when there's like the tall guy or like, you son of a bitch.
Light you up!
What is that? What are those like suits that have the tails? Set your tails on fire.
Yeah, right? It's like, oh,
Alrighty.
Wow, I don't really know where
Finally,
that...
Amos.
I didn't look up the lyrics for this, and I meant to look it up. So, "Flying Without Wings" was a single. Is it kind of like you're like an angel on earth? Is that what this is about? Like,
Possibly.
I don't know.
I don't remember
I
right
didn't
now.
write it down. I said it's very. What? I said I've heard it before, is what I said, and then I realized afterwards that it was a single. Are we still? Is Ebenezer Scrooge coming to this concert as well, Lydia?
Oh my god, Noah's coming as well. What the
You know what? We'll make a music video when everyone is dressed. Okay. I kind of felt like when I listened to it the first time, I thought it was kind of like heavenly and urethral.
There's like a gospel part.
And then there's like
choir? There's a choir.
and then I said there's a dramatic crescendo at the
She
end.
loves a crescendo.
And I was just like,
she was really into this
you said
crescendo.
every song had a fucking.
This is the only crescendo song.
You
know,
said,
like,
is there another
We were
crescendo?
listening, and she's like, "Oh, this is kind of like sound." Remember this song's like nothing happened. There's no crescendo here.
There was a bit of one.
It happened like after, like it was like a choir,
Okay.
kind of.
I also heathens. I also said it kind of reminded me of like a 98 Degrees song.
Mm.
Like it was very like slow and like melodic and whatever.
Melodic?
I'm just using big words here, guys, that may not actually describe what it's
Mine
actually
is blown.
But anyways, yeah, I kind of felt like whatever. It was a good song. It did not get a check mark, so it's not in the short list of good songs.
So, okay.
But you know, Flying Without Wings. Diane?
So yes, this is an example of like I've heard this song before, and then like Shinzia was saying it was a single. Why pick this? Why? Like you got better songs here, in my opinion.
Why did North America get the shit out of
Diane's
this, man?
quote was, "Is this about death?"
Okay, on my first listen, I thought it was a song about death. I thought it was a song about somebody who
Angels.
died.
Yeah.
You know, and they're singing to them like, "Oh, you're flying without wings." I don't know why you would be without wings now,
You're dead.
but because you're dead. But
Because dead people can't get wings, only angels can get wings, and then people are just like, oh, they got their wings now. But technically, Jesus doesn't really allow that. He's like,
on a
we
second
float.
listen, I actually don't think it's about death. I think it's supposed to be like inspirational. I think it's supposed to be like you're achieving your dreams. You're flying without wings. You don't need the wings. You can do it. that kind of message.
Oh.
Okay.
Wind Beneath My Wings is a better song than this.
Here, it's like
Yes.
everyone's looking for that
I agree.
something, that one thing that makes it all
It's a little
complete.
different though.
You'll
Yeah,
find
yes,
it in
you're
the
right,
strangest
you're
places, places you never knew it could be. Some find it in the face of their children, in their lovers' eyes.
It's an inspirational
Joy.
song.
When you found that special thing, you're flying without wings. So
Yeah.
it's about finding the moments that,
Uplift you?
uplift
So it's
you.
not about
You
death.
find it in the deepest friendship, and then cherish all your life. Like this is how you're like
I
an
don't
angel
know.
on earth when you
Aw, that is
when
nice.
you find the reason to live. I don't know.
But I still said it was-
Wow.
It's not about
that.
So it's a little bit about death, but it's mostly just supposed to be inspirational. That you can go on and live your life,
Like a
hoorah, and all
candle.
that shit.
All right.
Like a
Can I
candle.
go on to the next
Like a
song?
candle in the
That's
wind.
what she said.
That is a great...
Yes,
Seems to me you live your life like a candle in the wind. And
Yes.
he rewrote it again when Princess Diana died. I'm like, buddy, you can't milk the same song. That's shit.
Clearly he could, because they made a lot
I
of
know
money
they
off
did,
it.
and
Yes.
Mom bought the single, but that's not the point. I think Elton John should have like zhuzhed it up a little bit.
He changed some words.
Yeah, but still,
Diana.
why didn't you think of a different song? You know, like
Because it was
Because they wanted that
turnaround
song.
time of a day, so it was
okay,
very quick.
all right, I
Even
guess.
Elton John has limits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, fine, okay, I'll give him that.
All right.
All right, number 6. If I Let You Go.
That was written by David Kruger, Jorgen Elosoffen, and Per Magnussian. And Kruger and Magnussian produced it.
Wonderful. I like this song. It's a very good song. It's upbeat.
This is If I Let You Go.
Yes.
I thought the slow part sounded like I Thought She Knew.
Okay.
I don't know, like I got like kind of like NSYNC vibes from that. I don't know. But you mentioned NSYNC vibes earlier too. Interesting.
Yes,
Not on
I
this
know.
song, but earlier. And then I'm like, it's just okay. That was my takeaway.
All right. So I said it kind of sounded to me like Until the Time Is Through by Five.
Oh.
It kind of had that kind of a sound to it. But then I also said that I kind of zoned out before it got to the question part. And it was like, how will I know
She
here
wrote
comes-
extremely
if
tiny.
hell you
Why?
if I let you go?
Oh, okay.
How will I know if you let go? And they're like, how will he know what? And then I was like, I kept missing the question. So I was
Yes.
just like, okay, we need to listen. And the question was what his life would be like if he let you go. So how will he know this if I let you go? And I don't know how he would know it anyways, because I don't know if he's psychic, but I don't know, it was okay. It sounded like other
This
songs.
this was one of the ones that I was talking about though, that this is like a decent mid-tempo song. And it might have been good to mix up the monotony of the ballads if you like throw one of these out there as a single.
Mm.
Okay? This is just my opinion. I don't know, but I'm just saying it couldn't hurt to try.
This
Okay.
is true.
98 Degrees had Una Noche. It was kind of a good hit for them.
Great.
You know,
Yeah.
you gotta test the waters sometimes.
So we all thought it sounded like different songs. Diane thought it sounded
I
like...
thought it sounded like Quit Playing Games with My Heart. Not the whole thing, but there's a back bass where they're like, and that's
Okay.
like the same beat that's in Quit Playing Games.
Interesting.
Interesting indeed.
If you listen to it again, you'll hear it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like the drum, they're on the, what is that thing? Yeah, and then, Quit Playing Games has that on top, and then this has another melody layered on top of it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that beat is the same.
Mm-hmm. No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And Quit Playing Games came out first, they promise.
Of course,
Ah.
obviously. We know
Saying Westlife, I don't know.
that. We all know that, don't worry. All right.
All right.
Number 7. Fool Again.
That was also written by David Kruger, Johan Olosloffen, and Per Magnesium, and Kruger and Magnesium. So this has the exact same writers and producers as If I Let You Go.
I put not good, skip this one.
What?
I put meh.
What?
What did you put?
I feel like I've heard this song before. Was it in a movie? And then it says, I can't believe I'm a fool again. How was I to know? It just sounded like upbeat and fun, and I liked it. I thought it was catchy. Am I crazy?
She started,
I started
as
it.
one of her
You
favorite songs.
started.
Wow. Oh.
I think it sounds exactly like the song before it, and based on the fact that you
based on the
just
fact
wrote that they sounded that
They
they're
wrote the
it
same.
literally sounds like the same. It also has that thing in the back. So
maybe I've heard it.
it's another mid tempo.
But I feel like this one might have been a single.
Well, I would
like
be
the
shocked.
other one. Interesting.
What is it? A single?
It was a
Single.
single. It was a single in the UK.
It was single.
Not in the
UK.
States, so I don't know.
Oh.
It could have been in Canada. I might
So
have heard
there
it
you
on
go.
like hit
See,
list or
the
something.
UK gets the mid tempos. We're just stuck with the ballads, just over and over again.
Man, I like those upbeat songs. That's like my jam.
yes.
Yeah, and I'm not like, listen, nobody's saying you gotta be like ba ba ba, you know, like
Well, I mean, I'm saying it.
that would be nice, but not everyone can do that,
True.
you know.
Yes.
Maybe some thrusting would help.
How are you thrusting in a song?
Well, like, if it's an up-tempo song.
Do you like
don't- we've
blow?
never
Do you
seen
like
them
blow?
perform it.
Blow, blow, blow. I don't know.
I'm
How
just
do you
saying,
do
like,
it?
if I was a guy, I'd be thrusting all day long.
Even in a.
I think her point is she would push for a song where she could thrust
Oh, okay.
in concert
Yes.
or in a
Gotcha.
music
Correct.
video.
Correct. Thank
Got
you.
you,
Yes,
got
because
you.
that's like the money shot.
True.
The
True.
money shot, guys.
Mhm.
Alright.
Get that mullah. Mullah.
Mullah.
I meant to say
Mullah,
mullah.
mullah.
You know, the point is, at the end of the day, there's some decent
Yeah.
songs here, but none of them are ripping your clothes off.
My clothes stayed intact the entire time.
Pretty much.
Well,
yes.
that was very considerate of them. Then you would have to redress yourself.
But she wants
I
to
want
rip
to
her.
rip off my clothes.
Okay, I'm sorry then.
This is just like, I feel like boy bands are like an escapism. I want to see hot men telling me that they love me to my face.
So you can take
So-
off your clothes?
Well,
Yes,
yeah.
have you
okay.
not seen Lydia in concert? She's naked.
I'm like, where am I?
Clearly, I forgot.
Man,
I
you're gonna
haven't
need
been
to put on
at.
your clothes.
I
man.
haven't been at a concert for 2 years.
It's been a long time.
You know.
Yeah. It just, I don't know. I'm just like, I want to be romanced, but also like, you know.
These are balladies.
but like,
Ballads,
this
romance.
is like, I'm sorry.
You don't want to sleep.
She wants full service romance.
I do. Thank you. That would be lovely.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right, sounds
Okay.
good.
Sorry.
All right.
which one?
Number 8.
Number 8.
No.
So this is Andreas Carlson and Rami, and it was produced by Rami.
And those writers are also writers of the Backstreet Boys.
No.
They wrote some Backstreet Boys songs too.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That would explain my 2-star review.
Yes.
Yes.
I
2-star review.
This is
Out of 3.
I wrote fun song. I like it. It makes you want to dance.
I wrote nice
Wow.
Stars.
with a bunch of eyes, and yeah, so just like
Just so you know, Lydia's star system, if you're unaware of this, it's not like out of 10 or 5, it's out of 3.
But
So,
wasn't there one time you put 4 or no?
well, that was an exception.
those came off on that one.
I was like, ah! Yeah, it's just like, well, because like I like to pick. Okay, so because how Lydia from the 90s used to buy. Okay, I guess Lydia in the 90s did not have money. Lydia in the 2000s.
Oh, God.
How Lydia in the 2000s would buy an album, because back in my day there was no iTunes where I could just pick my favorite song, pay 99 cents, and move on with my fucking life. Albums were sold on physical CDs. So, and each
How
CD.
old do you think our listeners are?
I don't
Okay,
know.
yes,
I'm just
okay,
saying,
continue.
like, okay, because like I went to Japanese class this morning and I got fucking trolled by my teacher because we were telling time on an analog clock, and I was like, I don't know, and then they're like,
In Lydia's defense, she was always very bad at telling time on analog clocks.
because like, okay, let me
like
explain.
this quarter after, quarter to.
Okay,
that's confusing
how I
stuff.
learned to work on an analog clock is I was going to Italy, and my mom's like, here's a fucking clock, you dumbass. And I was like, I don't know how to read this shit. And she's like, I'm going to yell at you until you learn, because we only have so much time
You
before the
had a
airport.
clock on your wrist?
Yeah, we're watching.
Okay, flavor
A watch.
Flav.
Okay.
Sorry. So
It was
like
a mini clock.
it
with
was
a
a
wristband.
very traumatic learning experience, because it's like, you're going to Italy with your nonna who doesn't speak English. You better learn to tell fucking time by the time we get to the airport. And I'm like, oh, it's a process here. Fuck me. Anyways,
she give you the Mickey Mouse watch?
No, it was like a pink one, and it was like stretchy because I was chubs at the time.
The Mickey Mouse watch was very cute. You would press it, and then it would sing "It's a Small World."
And his arms would go, and you're like, oh shit!
We're like, yeah. Then we'd keep pressing. My mom was like,
Stop pressing the button! It was so good. It was
Why'd
so
she
much fun.
buy it for you then?
No, that was her.
That was her watch.
Oh,
She
okay.
had like her own special watch. I got like the retard watch. Can I say that?
Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, but it was like waterproof, smash proof. It was on like but to be fair, I was not great when I was a child.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say it. My mom had me in a harness. Things were
Okay.
wild.
She was in a harness when she was 3 and we went on a walk. And it was one time we did this.
Just because I clotheslined some
Lydia-
people.
2 times she did this.
2 times I clotheslined.
Because, no. The one time, I guess, no. Sorry. All right, let's back up. Lydia was a bit of a wanderer.
I was.
Lydia does not pay attention to her
I
surroundings.
used to like go into closets and hide and start talking to myself. And I was like, "Where the fuck are you?" And I'm like, like I was a weird kid.
Lydia got trapped in a chair once and Nana found her.
and I was like, like
Somehow it climbed in and got stuck.
my ass got stuck in the
Lydia
chair.
would, if she'd be at a mall or something, she'd get distracted by a butterfly and like run away. So,
I did. Like
so
I was.
Mom and Lydia was the youngest, so there
Like
was 2 other
I
people.
swear
my
to
mom's
you,
watching.
I had some undiagnosed stuff going on.
Oh my god,
And
Lydia
I probably
is the
still do
best.
to this.
So, the mall incident she's talking about is that they had these like wristbands, Velcro wristbands that had almost like kind of like a telephone cord
line. Yeah.
between them. And you're like, okay, cool. My daughter will always be like around me and it has a little bit of a give, so whatever. Except then Lydia started wandering one way while Mom was talking to somebody and then they
I
closed.
used to clothesline people.
Then people were like tripping over this cord. So I don't know why the cord was so long.
Because I stretched it out because I was like, bye, bitch, I'm leaving. and then my mom's like, that's it. You're getting the harness.
So then she got her a harness and put it on her, and it had like a leash with it.
Oh my god.
And then Mom's like, "Oh my god, this is like a dog."
I'm walking my child.
So to make it better, she put Lydia's sweater on top of the harness. So then it just looked like she had a tail coming out. But then Mom was like, "This is really stupid. We need to come up with another solution." I don't know what the
I
solution
don't know what it
was.
was either. I mean,
but
I ran onto
obviously
a
she's
highway.
alive.
I don't know how I survived this long, to be quite honest with you.
Yes.
I don't know. So, thanks, Mom. Sorry about that.
I feel like this podcast is like a therapy session for you.
feels nice.
You know?
Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
If it makes you feel better,
I do.
I did not run away, but my mom was just uber paranoid, and I had a harness when I was really small, and I had to go out of the stroller because my brother had to go in there.
Oh, okay.
My mom had a harness on me, and then I graduated to that wrist thing
Yes, see?
with the
Remember
cord.
those? Yes.
And if you started wandering
I
away,
did not have
believe
that
me, you
problem,
got yanked
sorry.
back really quick. It was only at really crowded places, to be fair. Like
It was
we'd go,
the 80s, man.
we'd go to the CNE, and she'd be like, "Listen, there's like 10,000 people here, 20,000 people, probably more. You know what I mean? She's a small child. If I let go of her hand for 1 second, someone in my mom's mind, someone was gonna snatch me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It was the style at the time.
There
You
was
know?
a lot of TV shows in which missing children and things.
You know what I mean? So it was like, if I even budged a bit,
I did not have this problem because I would just talk constantly and want attention, and then so I never left the side. I did get lost once at Marineland. I said to my family, "Hey family, my shoelace is untied. I'm tying my shoe." So then I started to tie my shoe,
no.
and because I'm a middle child, they just left me and walked away and didn't listen to me, and this continues to this day and age. And then I look up and I have no family, and they're gone. And then I was like crying, and then a man came with a golf cart, and he was going to drive me to go get somewhere. And then I don't remember this part, but at that point, Mom decided I was missing and came back and saw me. And then apparently I was upset and didn't want to get off the golf cart because I was promised a ride.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's pretty
But
cool.
I was just
mean,
like, well, maybe
yeah.
you don't leave your child, okay? When they talk, listen to them, okay?
I also didn't have that problem. Maybe just one time when I went with my brother at a Jays game because my dad was selling hot dogs.
Nice.
So then I went with my brother, but then he didn't realize I was with him. So then I had to go into the stadium because the police were like, "Hey, we got to go call your parents. Where are they?" Yeah. So then I waited until my dad came to pick me up and was like, "What happened?" I was like, "I just went to follow Bobby," and then
So he had a ticket to the game?
no, he went to go get something. I'm not too sure what it was,
okay.
and then I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna come with you," and then I guess he didn't realize I was behind him, and then I was like, "Oh my God, where is everyone?" And then yeah, so at least the police were there to help.
There you go.
Remember that one time I wandered off at the beach?
I don't remember it, but I remember the story, yes.
And then my mom found me, and then she spanked me, and she's like, "Are you mad because you were lost, or mad because I hit you?" I'm like, "No, I'm crying because you hit me." And then it was an 80s thing, guys. I know, like.
So maybe in the end they should have gotten a harness for me, because then I wouldn't have got lost at a Jade game.
Long story
Get
short.
yourself a paranoid mother. Never be lost.
I'm sorry. What song were we on?
We're talking about telling time, and then
It was no,
and then I said nice, and then that's
and then
spiraled out
you
of
said
control.
something.
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I don't know how this story ended up happening.
I'm sorry.
But
She got roasted at Japanese class. That
Yes,
was the
because I
start
couldn't
of
tell
it.
time.
Oh, yes. Okay.
There we go, okay.
And then we talked about missing
what
each
does the
other.
clock have to do with the
I
song?
don't really remember what happened.
Okay, anyways, just mind. We'll rewind. Anyway, so some of the lyrics are no, 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 I don't need nobody, and then it says nobody but you. I really liked it. I thought it was very upbeat. And then Diane started dancing. She's like, "This is fun." And then I started, and I was just like, "You're such a dork." And then I was like, "Oh, the song is good." And then
I started dancing.
I also danced.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, look at us.
Look at that. Fantastic.
Consensus
listen.
here.
I was just, putting some makeup on. I was in the bathroom. It came on. I was like, yeah, I would listen to this while I'm putting my makeup on.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so yes, thumbs up for no, no.
That's right.
Agreed.
Okay.
Is that good? Okay.
Yes.
You said the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 9 is Miss You.
That is written by oh, my screen just went black. Jake Schultz and Rami, and Schultz and Rami also produced it.
Mhm.
I wrote it's okay, not the greatest, but
And I wrote boring. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm just reading Diane's comments. Okay, sorry. Mine are. I said it was slow until the end, and then it was like, I
then
miss you, I do. So it was very slow, and then it was just kind of then there was one of them started singing, and whatever.
yeah, didn't you say it was gonna be upbeat at the end?
Yeah, but it really wasn't. It
Yeah, I was
just,
like, what the heck?
it was very slow, and then the one guy was singing while the other
Is
ones
this
were
the one where
slowly
we
Yeah.
behind
promised
it.
us a crescendo and it never happened?
No, this
I
was
did not promise a
no, not
crescendo.
that one.
Okay.
That one was it's gonna
I said,
something
oh, it's
fast.
gonna
Yeah,
pick up a bit.
yeah, and then it never didn't,
okay,
and I was
okay.
like, okay.
Oh, okay, maybe I listened differently than other people. Okay,
Maybe I listen differently.
so here.
These are all my comments.
These are your comments.
all
Can you
my
read it? It
comments.
was writing in midair. If you can't, I can decipher.
The first notes sound like it's the Titanic song. It was like doo-doo-doo, and I was like, is this My Heart Will Go On?
Yeah.
Then all right. One of the lyrics says a thorn in your eye,
Ouch.
and I thought that was very disturbing.
That is disturbing.
Because it says a thorn in your eye. What the fuck? I was, and then Shinsuya said it was in the Bible about a thorn in your eye.
Oh, that story. Can we tell that story?
Maybe
We can tell
not.
the story. Okay, we can tell the story.
Sure, buddy, go for
So our no did. Rip.
Grandfather.
Right? Sorry. Anyways, so yeah, grandfather. Yeah. So anyway, so we are
I
Roman
won't
Catholic.
say this part then because my other quote was another kill yourself song, not great.
Okay, so Nono died, and then we're Roman Catholic, right? So when
You gotta meet with the priest.
you gotta meet the priest, and you gotta be like, okay,
figure out which readings.
what
and
readings
whatever.
are you doing? What songs are you doing? All this shit. I had a lot of requests.
It was very strange the amount of requests Lydia.
It was
Thank God that Nuna did not come.
No,
to
Nuna
this.
did not
She was
come to
upset, so she was at home. So
she's like, you guys
she
take
sent
care of it.
us, my mom, my aunt, and my Nuna's sister for some reason from Ohio.
From
was
Ohio,
there.
yeah. So
And
we
go
got.
meet with the priest, and the priest.
Why did you guys let me in the room?
you wanted to be a part of it?
Oh, right, because I had requests. Okay,
So Lydia's I have very specific requests for this funeral.
well, because
And I would also like to point out that this priest was a young priest. He'd
was
only been a priest for a year and a half.
super cute, guys. He was. Well, compared to other
He's not
priests
like
I've ever seen in my
Antonio.
life.
Okay, well.
Okay, compared to every other priest in my life.
I would put this man in his late 20s, I guess. early 30s.
He was one of those like optimistic, like I'm a brand new priest and I'm young, and so I was like, all right.
He's a go-getter.
Jesus.
I'm like, okay, go Jesus. I got some demands for you, my man. So
It was the most.
so we go in.
First of all, this meeting was only supposed to be about 15 minutes long and ended up being over an hour
Yeah.
for some reason.
Oh my god.
And
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't know why I was allowed in. Okay,
So
but I'm
Lydia's
just
like,
saying.
so he's like, okay, there's like, these are the list of things you could say. And Lydia's like, yes, can we do that song? And he's like, the song, like, you know, the one with the plank in the eye and the thorn in the eye. He's like, the sliver. And he's like, what? She's like, whatsoever the sliver in the eye of my brother, take the block of wood out of my... We're like, she starts singing this song that makes no sense. And then it's just like dead silence. We're all staring at her. We're like, what the hell are you talking about? She's like, you know, the song about like the sliver in my eye and the plank of wood in your eye. And then like, plank of wood in my eye, sliver in your eye. And he's like, and we're just like, I don't think that's a song. And he's just like,
Did she keep going?
I'm trying to know. First she said it was like, you know, the song, and we're like, I don't even know what song you're talking about. Then she started singing a made-up song that she just made up on the spot. It was so awkward. And we're like laughing.
It's supposed to be really summertime. We're so depressed. We're all just fucking howling because I thought it was a song. I thought it was a song. It's like a saying. It's
It's a proverb.
Oh my gosh.
It's a
So the
proverb.
proverb is essentially like, don't talk about the sliver in your neighbor's eye and ignore the big plank of wood in your own eye.
Okay.
It's kind of like a mind your own business thing. So first of all, it has nothing to do with funerals. So I don't know why it was like not judging people. But, oh my god, when she broke out into the song, it was a moment. And then yes, okay, so this other part, so Lydia's like, yes, I also have another request, and she's like, well, they don't do the, like, you know, the clanging and the incense,
Not the
anymore.
incense anymore.
And he's like, what are you talking about? She's like, I've been to funerals, they don't have incense. He's like, no, they 100% do the incense and the holy water. And she's like, well, you know what they don't do? That when you're sitting at the back, you can't hear the click clang,
The
click clang,
clanging.
click clang.
Because like it's like, let me
It's like-
explain. It's
she's
this
like-
device. It's this metal fucking device. You pull it up, and then you light the incense. You pull it down, and then they do this right, and it has like a chain. So when they do the the clangs go because like I'm used to old priests, okay? So maybe new priests don't do that shit. Maybe they just wrap it and go right, and it's like
You know,
can't
like to
hear
get
it.
like the good.
You gotta
you
get that
go
good
around
incense.
the casket, and then you kind of do
Because
it
the
for crowd
incense
and
is supposed to
stuff.
be like you're rising the soul to God. I'm like, get that. I'm like, my no deserves some good shit.
Well, I need that click clang,
I need that
click clang.
clanging, right? And he's
And
like,
it's like, oh,
I'm gonna clang for you.
So then, at the actual funeral, so we're just like, that was like Lydia's final request, and he's like, okay. So then we're like at the funeral, and I get to that part,
We're in
and
the
I'm
front
like,
row.
we're in the front row, and I'm like, okay, we gotta have to keep a straight face. I'm like, maybe the priest will have forgotten everything that Lydia said in her state of nutso, and then he like puts it in, starts it up, and then he like looks over to Lydia and like makes eye contact and goes, and he like kind of like, did he wink? I can't remember.
Yeah, he did.
Or he just gave, like a knowing look,
Like he's looking at me, and I'm like doing the nod.
and
Like,
Lydia's nodding, and he's like, all right, and he nods. And just like,
my family's just like, what the fuck is
she's
happening?
like, what are you doing with the priest? Like, oh my god. It was the most like. And then I'm trying not to laugh, but luckily it looked like I was crying, so it was like.
Yeah, because we were all crying, laughing, but like it looked like crying.
It looked like we were like sobbing.
So that was
But really, we're just like holding in the laughter, and I'm like,
Oh my god, that is incredible.
that priest was so patient with me. And like when I went to like every mass, then he ended up transferring, and I was like,
then we saw him again for his 1 year anniversary.
Oh my god.
so
And then he was like, oh yes, I remember your
He's like,
funeral.
you guys were like the happiest I've ever seen anyone in one of these before. And I was like, yeah, we're just a weird family.
It was just
sorry.
like, I would like to preface, we were not happy that my grandfather had
No,
died.
no.
Just saying
No,
that. It
not
was
at
just,
all.
You know, when you go through different grief cycles, you're a little nuts at some
I think
point,
that's
so
what
it was-
happened to me when I started breaking out into song and asking for clanging.
But like,
Yeah.
yeah, that was I wish we had like video of this because it was.
Oh
Yeah,
my god,
okay,
that's
so-
amazing.
That
Word in your eye.
Thank you. All right, so
That's
that
how
was
we
Miss
got
You.
there.
Okay,
Who can? Okay,
so we're good with that song. If we'd like to move on.
and you said something.
Yes,
okay.
I started this whole thing
I don't know.
by mentioning the lyrics.
Sometimes you forget
about Thorn
who.
in Your Eye.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going now. Number 10. Open your heart.
That was by Andreas Carlson and Jake Schultz. And Schultz produced it.
Wonderful. And I wrote, I like it. It's catchy.
I wrote, it's okay.
Carlson, you said writes BSB songs?
He wrote a BSB song.
Okay. I said, I can't tell if it's familiar or if it's like the others on this album.
Right? Everything
And it
kinda
says,
minute-
open your
yeah.
heart to love once again. So it's kind of like you're trying to open your heart, you're trying to bring love, not just be so closed-minded. That was kind of this thing I got.
Just.
And then I also said it kind of reminded me of Pollyanna's song for a second.
Which one?
She has one about opening your heart or something. I can't remember what the song is right now.
Okay.
And I said it was pretty good. And Diane said,
When it sounds like the beginning of As Long As You Love Me, listen, I don't know if it's just like the 90s, the late 90s, and all the songs sounded the same, but or maybe I was just hoping to hear Backstreet Boys at this point.
starts out.
And then I said,
You said it starts out shit but picks up.
oh, starts out shit but picks up. I believe this song picks up a little bit in the middle, and you're like, oh, okay, it's not terrible.
Excellent. All right. Number 11. We Are One.
This was by Alexandre Desplat.
Desplot?
Desplat?
Okay.
Display?
The man is French.
The Mac guy, Steve Mac, and the Wayne Hector. And then Steve Mac produced it.
Okay, I wrote, we were two, now we are one. That's nice. Two different people coming together and becoming one. I like it.
I wrote, I roll. I think I had enough of this album because I'm like, it's all just sounding the same.
Well, they're the same.
There's
band.
no bangers here. There's a couple bangers, but just like not enough. That's my preference. I like more bangers than ballads. So that's my beef. Sorry.
Sorry, I have to stop.
Stop reading
I
Diane.
have to stop reading
Stop
Diane's comments.
Stealing her stuff.
I said this song is halfway done, and I like totally zoned out on it. So I had to like re-listen to it, and it said, "All of the fear and the lies in your eyes." Something that was interesting. So we're just like, so is this like kind of a breakup-y? And then it says, "We were two, and now we are one." So then I was like, "When two become one." And then so I like I thought of the Spice Girls, and then I said I couldn't tell if it was like a wedding song or a breakup song. So I'm not sure.
And then I said, is this a song about sex?
And
And then Shinzia was reading this part about the eyes, and it lies in your eyes or something.
Oh boy.
And then I said, maybe eye is a metaphor for vagina.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you know.
I say I have a vagina.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, like I have the title. Yeah.
Sometimes you refer to a man's penis as a one-eyed snake.
This is a vagina one-eyed double.
I don't know. I don't really know where we're going with this.
Well,
Listen,
I apologize to the Westlife fans that are listening to this. I'm sure it is a lovely song.
listen.
They
If
are
you've
one.
listened to this podcast long enough, you should have known this was coming.
This is true. This is true. All right. Number 12 is I Need You.
I need you. That's not that song.
It's
I know.
not that
That's why
song.
I kept hoping that it was the Nick Carter I Need You, but it's not.
Well, my friends, this song was written by Andreas Carlson, Rami, and Max Martin.
So can I just
And
say?
produced by Rami.
So can I just say Max Martin missed on this song? It's
Whoa!
horrible. So boring.
Do we have Backstreet Bias?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
I said it on episode 1.
I guess so. We do.
All right.
Because I was like, oh, these are the Backstreet Boys.
But if you'd like to hear about Max Martin, and we have
How you get a song from him?
or
listen to the story.
On episode, I don't
I
know.
don't know. You keep talking.
It was an episode that we did.
The gnome was going to
it
California.
That one also went off on a
Sweden.
tangent.
Yeah.
Something about scratching the balls. Or tickling the balls.
There was an argument about tickling.
Or scratching.
Because Max Martin, let's face it, guys, he makes some great.
He does,
great
but this
music.
one was not it.
This one was, I think maybe it's who you work with, right? You know, like a team project.
Episode 108 is Max Martin's greatest boy band hits.
Ah, okay, good.
Wait, did we do 2 Max Martin episodes? Or
No, that's the one.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So I mean, sometimes on a group project, you know, some people don't pull their weight, and then you get a subpar product, which could have been the case in this song.
Or, you know, I don't know. Here's the thing. At this time, it's 1999, okay?
Okay.
I don't know when they recorded this album. We're going to assume maybe a couple of years before, right? But this is like the height of, you know, boy band
Hysteria?
craziness.
Oh, do you think Max ran out of songs?
So I'm thinking, you know, he's given the A material to Backstreet Boys, to NSYNC, the ones that are already like releasing Millennium and No Strings Attached and shit like this at
That's
this time.
USD money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then here comes fucking Westlife, and they're like, please, sir, could we have some songs? And he's like, oh, fuck. And then he's like, well, are you going to pay me? And they're like, we have some whatever the fuck Irish money is. And he's like,
Pounds? Yeah.
and then he's like, I don't know.
What is Irish currency?
He's like, I got,
euro now.
it's probably a euro now,
I
but
don't know what it was.
Back then, it wouldn't have been a euro.
It was
It's an
probably-
Irish pound.
okay, we have some Irish pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, man,
Were they not with Clive Davis?
that's
Oh, they were
not
with
US
Clive Davis.
dollars.
Mm-hmm. I guess.
And then he's like, fine, you could just have this one. I'll be nice.
Here, take this song.
Okay, thank you. very much.
Okay, sorry, go ahead with your.
I already said.
Okay, so mine.
Am I-
Wait, no, number 12.
Yeah, I already said
You
my
already said your
turn.
thing? Okay. Very quiet and somber. ZZZ is what I
See,
wrote.
we agree on that.
Yeah.
I said it starts off really low and then it comes back louder at the beat. And I thought I was going deaf at a point.
Yeah,
Because I
me
was just
too.
like, I was listening to the previous song and then I'm like, what is happening? Like, do I put the volume up? I'm very confused. I'm like, am I losing my hearing? Which I am. And then then it just got louder and had a beat. And then for some reason I wrote Run and Hide. I don't know why. Perhaps that is
a song.
part of the
song.
lyrics.
Maybe. All right, D?
I had no comments about this song. I think by this
With this
point I
one-
was really done listening to this.
It was yikes, man.
Yeah.
But this is, like we said, this is the North American version.
Yes.
There's other. Yes. Okay.
All right,
Okay,
last song.
number 13. More Than Words.
So that was written by Gary Chironi and Nuno Betancourt and produced by Mac. This one is actually a cover. The first band who wrote it was
Extreme.
And the album that it was on was called
Extreme 2 Porno Graffiti.
Amazing.
Hey, fantastic.
But we know which one.
Is that
that's the one we know?
that one.
That's
Then
the
I
version
thought
we know.
Boston did it, but that was More Than a Feeling. So,
Ah,
yes.
okay.
So
we know this song by that band,
Mhm.
yes,
but this band.
yes.
Ah.
So
It's
Sophia, what is
Westlife.
your?
I put not bad.
I wrote the song was good, but their rendition is meh. Because I already know. And you're like, yes! But like when they got to that part, I'm just like,
It was,
where's the oomph? Where's the oof? Not there. It was just like, it just sounded like a regular fucking song. And I'm like, I know this song can sound good. What are you guys doing? It's kind of like, you know, like.
I think they have the
harmony.
ability.
Oh, of course they do.
They sing nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Not once when I was listening to this was I like, eek. You know?
Yeah, no, exactly.
They have very good voices. They have their good harmonies and stuff.
Yeah, so I was just surprised that they took that song and made it that. You know what I mean? Because like usually you take a song and you make it better. Like, you know, like Dolly Parton wrote "I Will Always Love You," and then Whitney Houston was like, "No," right? And it's like,
Yes.
But like this, I'm just like, are we going like backwards? I'm just like, I'm like, we set a beautiful standard, and we just went below that standard. I was kind of disappointed, to be honest.
I said it was okay, it just wasn't the best.
Yeah, I agree with Lydia. It's a good song. That's a good song. Their cover's fine. It's weird. The weird part to me was that when we looked up who sang it originally, because I didn't know that information off the top of my head. I know. I made it seem like I did, but I didn't. But like the original version of that song only came out in 1990, and this came out in 1999. Like, why are you? I don't know. It seems like too short of a time.
Yeah, it wasn't like 20 years. You're like, oh, like nostalgia.
Remember that song?
Yeah.
Like,
no.
you know, it would be like the equivalent of today, someone recording a song from like 2000.
It's like WAP, like re-releasing WAP, and you're like,
Yeah.
that came out last year, and it's like that me going like doing like a country version. That's a whip. Like no.
No, well, and I feel like if you're gonna do a cover, it has to be immediately after the song comes out,
Yeah.
or like a good amount of
Yes.
time.
Okay.
You can do an immediate cover as like a fun, like, oh, I like this song. I'm gonna do a fun cover, like from a fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be like immediately or like good amount of time after.
Yes.
You're not in 2021 releasing a song that came out in 2012. That's weird.
It's yeah.
You know,
Too soon.
too soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to top 3?
Yes, let's do top 3, and then
Did you have something else to add?
Don't I
Chili's-
usually do the quick little like other versions? I'm not
Okay,
gonna
yeah, we'll do
Yeah,
that.
you want to do that? Then we'll do top 3.
And then we'll do top 3. And then
So the European version, which came out before, so they cut out like 7 songs when they brought it to Canada.
that's shit, man.
North
Why?
America. No idea. So the European one also has "Change the World," "Moments," "Seasons in the Sun,"
Oh, yikes. That's a depressive one.
"Open Your Heart," "Try Again," "What I Want Is What I've Got," and "We Are One." They also had a Japanese bonus track, which was "Story of Love." Australian bonus track was "I Have a Dream," which is the ABBA one.
Why?
Westlife is known for doing covers, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
That's all.
I would pick like
Other
Mamma
versions,
Mia.
they have like a cappella versions and stuff. I'm trying to think if there was any other songs.
because like I Have a Dream is like across the stream.
They have a
It's
special
depressing.
cassette
Oh
version.
my goodness.
They have
They are
like
ballady.
deluxe
Yes.
ones, platinum
Yeah.
bonus, Malaysian karaoke CD,
Wow.
Philippine and Singaporean bonus karaoke CD. So they had quite a few things here.
Very good for them.
And then what else was there?
Well, they have a lot of albums, so.
Yeah, because you mentioned that there was
Yeah.
like
So
well, she
all
mentioned it
5
in group chat.
singles
Sorry.
in the UK were top #1 songs in less than a year. They created a chart history record that remains unbroken to this date.
Oh.
Despite this, however, the album entered and peaked at #2, being beaten only by an extra 1,000 copies of "Steptacular" by Steps. The album was the biggest chart topper. They're a British boy-girl group.
Oh, okay. Neat.
Biggest chart dropper in the top 40 UK history when in its 58th week on the charts. It leapt from 79 to 3 somehow.
That's a leap.
And then
That
went
is
down to
huge.
37 the following week. So I'm not
Yikes.
sure why that happened. So they also made a DVD later about it. It peaked #1 Ireland, #15 in Australia. Westlife, so this album remains the best-selling international album ever
Oh.
in Indonesia and the Philippines, receiving 20 times platinum certification, over 1 million copies sold in
Whoa.
Indonesia, and 25 times platinum of over 500 units in the Philippines. And that's pretty charts, yeah. So yeah, it did well.
Okay, cool.
Westlife is like the UK version of the Backstreet Boys, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in terms of popularity.
Yeah.
Not in terms of music.
So
Like I said, I put them more at like a 98 degrees level.
Yeah.
There.
So, like, very big in Europe, not in North America. So, Australia, they went gold. Denmark, they went 2 times platinum. Mexico, gold. Netherlands, gold. New Zealand, 3 times platinum. Philippines, diamond. Sweden, they went gold. UK, 5 times platinum. Europe in general, 2 times platinum. And worldwide, they don't have anything, but they've sold 6 million copies of this album.
Wow.
So, yeah,
Not bad.
so it's a documented album. So there you go.
All right, top three.
Top three. My
All right,
friends.
my top three is Swear It Again, No No, and Open Your Heart.
All right, my top three in number one is Swear It Again, because yeah, that's a bomb one. Then I have No No is number two because it was nice, and then number three is My Private Movie.
So I have honorable mentions go to Can't Lose What You Never Had and My Private Movie, but my top three are Swear It Again, obviously, Fool Again, and No No. I don't know. Do you have a?
I will say that my favorite was No No.
Oh,
And then I'll say that Swear It Again is my number two. And then something else. You know what? I will say If I Let You Go. That's
All
my
All
number
right.
fancy.
So
Well done.
let us know what your favorite songs on this album are, and mention it in any of the comments anywhere. You see this?
Anywhere you see this.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. You can't comment, but you know.
Coffee.
Leave us a comment. And thanks for taking a break with us, guys.
Until next time.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.